So I always thought that Australia would be safe, and I also thought that maybe Australia would have a chance of maybe going after Papua New Guinea. But because Malaya is formed and they're really really strong, stronger than ever before, and they're probably going to pick up even more provinces now because they're after the Philippines once again. I think we could see several wars between Malaya and Australia throughout this entire campaign. Now, the problem is that the Philippines have an awesome fleet. As you can see, there's actually a pretty big battle going on here, and I think Malaya just lost that battle. So if they, yeah, obviously they have the military force to definitely be able to take over the Philippines, but it looks like the Philippines, oh, here it comes. Oh, there it is, 160 ships, jeez. So that should probably drop off enough troops. It just might take some time. I definitely give the Philippines some credit, though. I mean, they tried. And they tried pretty hard. That was a good opportunity, but yeah, more than likely, at least a huge chunk of this 70 stack is probably going to get dropped off, and all they need is about, well, they probably need all 70, because the Philippines have I don't know how they were able to do this, but they have 39,000 in their military. Well, I guess there are more provinces here than it looks like. There's actually quite a few. So, and if they had been focusing in on development, then yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But that's about it. We've been watching South Africa just kind of absolutely dominate here in the southern region of Africa. And they're doing an excellent job. Chad did as well. They picked up a few more provinces, it looks like, but they have a ways to go. And Egypt hasn't done much. As we talked about with Egypt, the problem with Egypt is that they're stuck in between a lot of nations that all kind of hate them. Turkey likes them. They're not allied to Turkey, though. Now, until they get allied to Turkey, I don't think really they would step in at all. And Israel has not decided to go after the Islamic State just yet, which is probably a big mistake. If Israel hates the Islamic State, then they need to do it now. Because, they're only going to get more powerful. Technically, I mean, there's 18,000 men. The Israelis could, as long as the Islamic State isn't allied to anybody. Oh my goodness, I didn't see that before. I had no idea. That is why Israel's not going after anybody. As well as, wait a second, Israel and, oh no, I'm sorry, I apologize. Israel is actually allied to Iran. So the Islamic State has no allies. Never mind. No, you should be doing this right now. You guys could both take like half. But I don't know if that is going to happen. We'll have to kind of wait and see. It depends on several factors. Denmark is at war with Iceland, but they haven't landed anything in that region just yet. And Bosnia is about to probably peace out with Serbia soon, giving them quite a bit of land. Yeah, it's going to pick up quite a bit of land. Austria is not looking good. Austria is not looking so well. Now, who does Germany dislike? Germany dislikes Italy and Great Britain. The problem is that they're allied to France. Both nations, Germany and Great Britain, are both allied to France, and that's why I don't think that these two nations are going to go after it. I think that they're probably going to just kind of keep it under wraps. If anything, I think we could see, oh, never mind. So Germany, so there's actually kind of a small rift that's currently happening. We have Spain, France, and Germany. France allied to both. Well, actually, France is allied to Spain, Germany, and Great Britain, but Germany doesn't like Italy, and Italy's allied to GB. So those are really complicated relationships that are going on in Western Europe. There's only a few nations here, and I imagine Portugal's probably allied to. Whoa, wait a second. Portugal is a march under Great Britain. Oh my goodness, I did not see that before. So Ireland is a vassal and Portugal is a march. Now, they're not going to be able to annex that, but Portugal is still going to be able to help out Great Britain in any wars in the future. So we might see in a very, very aggressive Great Britain, and this is exactly what they need. Great Britain needs to be kind of aggressive here if they're going to want to take that top spot from Russia. In terms of score, if anyone's going to be able to take over Russia, I mean, they've got to be aggressive. Great Britain's doing a good job. Germany's doing a good job, but they kind of stopped with their wars, so that is kind of a problem. Mexico is, oh my goodness. Mexico declared an offensive war against Colombia. Did they even wipe out Panama, though? Panama's not involved in the war, but that's a huge one you're having to fight. That's huge. Denmark still has not landed yet in Iceland. Yeah, why did you do that? I have no idea why you did that. That I don't know. That shocks me. You just got yourself involved in a really, really tough situation, Mexico. Why didn't you go out to Panama? So who's allied to Panama? Cuba and Venezuela. You could have taken them. I imagine. I'm sure that Mexico's got a pretty okay fleet in the Gulf of Mexico, I imagine. It's okay. I mean, yeah, it's not bad. You could have done something with that.
I don't know. I guess not. I guess they said no. They didn't want to. All right, well, I mean, it happens, I guess so. The AI doesn't want to do some things sometimes. How's India feeling? Is the war over? Yes, the Philippines are gone. Wow. I mean, it's not really surprising, but they picked up a lot. They picked up quite a few provinces. Still nothing to compete against China. What I think is eventually we're going to see, maybe, potentially, if we don't end up seeing a Australian Malaya war, then we will probably see the breakdown of the alliance between Malaya and China. Malaya. And if that happens right now, then yeah, China's going to win. I think that not only, they probably don't have a bigger fleet. Well, maybe they do. I mean, they have 193 ships here just chilling in the Korean Bay. So maybe they could. I don't know if they're going to be able to get to the south that fast. That would be the issue. And it also depends on, where does Malaya have their troops at that moment. As long as they have them somewhere along some of these strait crossings, then, everything will be fine. But if some are located in the Philippines and then China gets their ships down here fast enough, then then it'll be an easy win for China. If somehow Malaya gets I don't know, lucky, it's still going to be tough. I mean, look at this. I don't even know if anyone could keep up with the Chinese military. And I'll probably check in on the ledger in the next one. I'll probably wait and definitely check in. Probably the next video, we'll check in on the ledger and kind of look at some of the army sizes, and we'll probably check in on score. It's 2051 now, so we're about 35, 36 years into the future. 2050 is a big year. Mali seems to be growing too in Guinea. Wow. Is Algeria? How do they feel towards each other? Oh, Algeria and Mali actually don't like each other. Well, who's Morocco allied to? So Morocco has some alliances. That probably explains why they haven't just been completely eaten just yet. See, now around this time period, we're seeing a lot of different alliances form up, so things are starting to slow down. So these wars are going to naturally get much, much bigger. That's one thing that I think that we'll see for sure. Mexico seems to be actually doing okay in their war. Congo and Central Africa. Let's check in on this. Wait a second. Central Africa, where? There we go. Oh, this is the Republic of Congo. We have the Congo here. All right, so Congo's going to pick up something new. Which is they'll probably get fully annexed by Chad or something, or maybe the Republic of Congo at some point. Technically, South Africa does not border Congo, but they don't even share a sea tile either. No, they do. Yes, they do. Gulf of Congo. There you go. They do technically. I got confused by this trade route here. I was like, wait a second, what is that? And that's a trade route, right? It's something we should probably check in on. We haven't checked in on trade routes for a while. Let's go ahead and double check that. 28.1 here. English channel's at 103. Of course it is. That is always a big money-making channel, trade node. Anything going on in China? Actually, not that much. Surprisingly enough, Australia barely has any too. I'm surprised at that. I figured we'd see a lot more. It seems like the trade nodes are about the same as we're used to in just a regular EU4 game. It really doesn't seem any different at all. Oh, Congo's they're not winning this anymore. They were. Is it because Uganda? Did Uganda come back and just kind of slap them in the face? Maybe. And Mexico is now starting to lose this. Yep, that is... Actually, no. Oh, there goes the Congo. I don't know. I got confused. I must have read that wrong. But yeah, no, boom. Full annexation, just like I thought. This now gives Chad the opportunity of going after Congo. Wait a second. They've got a positive opinion of each other, so they probably wouldn't... Yeah, more than likely they're going to stay away from that. I don't think we're going to see anything pop up there. Great Britain, and so this is weird. Great Britain has, obviously had a much better game than initially starting this series. Beforehand, they were going after Morocco, but now they're not going after like raw land, but somehow they acquired Portugal as a march, and then Ireland became a vassal. The Irish vassal isn't surprising. More than likely, they just, they really upped the opinion, and, things went good. But I don't know how in the world they got Portugal as a march. I mean, did they just make a landing and just do it through sheer force? Which is possible. More than likely, I think that's the only explanation. Who's Poland allied to? Nobody really. Russia's still only allied to Saudi Arabia and South Korea. Yeah, so that was... I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. But we'll see. Europe still has, I think, a lot of expansion still left to go. There's still a lot of other countries that I think that we're going to see start to kind of build up. And I think someone is going to go after, someone needs to go after the Balkans. At some point, I think most of this is going to get taken away by somebody, whether that be Ukraine, maybe. Does the Ukrainians still have, well, it's not as bad. The Russians' opinion of Ukraine is only at -56, and that's shockingly low. I figured that'd be way, way worse. Technically, actually, Poland is something more for them to worry about. On the other hand, Ukraine has a very negative opinion of Russia, but still, that doesn't really matter because Ukraine's probably not going to declare any offensive wars. More than likely, I mean, you never know. Sometimes you never really know with the AI, but we could potentially see that sort of thing. But I would be flabbergasted, to say the least, if something like that were to occur. I seriously, I don't think so, but we'll see. Anyways, I think we are okay with speeding up to speed 4 for now. There's not that many wars going on. I just got to remember that when there's multiple wars. Oh, wow, that was fast. We didn't even check on that. Nepal's gone. All right, yeah, so they're goners. And we have India at war with Pakistan. Oh my goodness. All right, let's make sure that we watch this one. So, boom. India's back to where they were. They're a little bit, they were a little bit late on the game, but that's fine. Let's go and slow it down to speed 3 and watch as this war happens. This is a huge one right here, especially because if India wins this, and more than likely they will, I don't think Saudi Arabia is going to drop too much. I doubt the Saudis have much of a fleet, which they're going to need. It doesn't matter because India has a massive fleet themselves, so they're not going to get anything, at least through the Persian Gulf. If they're lucky, they'll find a way to, go through the Red Sea to the Indian Ocean as fast as possible, but I doubt it. Oh man, Pakistan's going to get absolutely wrecked right here. And again, it's probably going to maybe ruin the relationship. Yeah, the relationship is only going to tighten between the Iranians and the Indians. Things are not going to be looking so good now. And this is going to be an absolute landslide. I don't even know where Pakistan's army went. It's already gone. Yep, it is already gone. So, if you picked China to win this game, China's getting attacked from all different sides here. And not literally, I mean figuratively. China's not doing so well because you do have India blobbing out here. You have even the Iranians at a point in the very beginning, even that the Iranians were kind of threatening China's position at the number 1 spot for Asia. But now, you have, I always want to say Malaya. There you go. You have Malaya, you have India. And technically, the Iranians are still involved in it, but more than likely, let's be honest, I think that they're over, especially if the expansion with the Indians continue, and if it breaks through Pakistan, where even more border friction kind of builds up with the Iranians, then yeah, I doubt the Iranians are going to be much of a force to at all in this game in general. Especially, we could pretty much count them out for the number 1 choice to win Asia. India is looking good because they are going to fully annex here, I'm sure. Oh, not fully. No, I'm sorry. They're going to get 100% siege value. They can't possibly. Yep, there you go. They couldn't possibly fully, go for the full annexation. I'm sure Pakistan was just way too big, but they were smart. They took a huge chunk out of western Pakistan, and then they did connect through the south here. Wow. All right, India. Dang. So that is a big deal. That's probably the biggest development we've had in a really, really long time. Let's check in on the ledgers. Anything else popped up? Turkey and the Islamic State. Oh, and Turkey has decided to go after the Islamic State. The Iranians and Israel, they waited too long. It is far too late. And another big war. Oh my goodness. A big one in North Africa here. That's just broken out. Algeria, my pick for Africa, teaming up with Algeria, Nigeria, and Italy, teaming up against Libya, Saudi Arabia, Mali, and Morocco. This actually, I don't think it's going to go so well. I think Algeria is going to get pretty messed up here. Now, this was an offensive war by who? This was offensive. This was a war declared by Algeria for Libya, and I don't think this is going to go so well. All right, so let's see what Turkey takes here. They might not be taking too much, unless there you go, start sending stuff over there. Saudi Arabia looks like they're... Where are you going for? Oh, you were going for India, now you're going back home. That's why you're black flagged. Okay. I was confused there for a second. I was like, wait, what's going on? And Armenia did do good. So now they have 4 provinces. Good for Armenia. Yeah, that's very nice. Although, I mean, if Turkey continues with this aggression after they're done with the Islamic State, then, you know, this region of the map certainly needs to be a little bit worried. I think the Islamic State can be fully annexed here. What would it cost? Full annexation would cost 149, so no. So Israel still has a chance. The Iranians still have a chance. Oh my gosh, Turkey, you only took 1 province away? Well, where did that go from now? For now, it's still at 130. So yeah, no one would be able to still full annexation of the Islamic State. So they're going to be remaining in this game for a while. Is Israel still even allied? Yeah, they are to Iran. They are. Wow. Okay, let's continue. Algeria. I guess we'll kind of keep an eye on this one. Algeria is somehow winning it technically. I don't know how. I don't know. Maybe Italy is providing much more help than we maybe initially thought. I'm thinking. That's kind of the only explanation that I have here. Let's see. It looks like it. Yeah, Italy's made a landing. And you have, what is this? Wow. Over 50,000 troops at the very least. So you need the AI needs to focus here. They need to make sure that they don't get too distracted. Now, this is the problem with the AI, is that they might technically have the forces to be able to, you know, dominate the war. But because they're fighting a lot of nations that, you know, surround Algeria, I don't know if it's going to go so well. Because, you know, they're like a dog, you know, they don't know what to chase after. They go after Libya for a second, and then they go after Mali, and then they go after Morocco, and they just run circles, you know. And yeah, they win all their battles, but they don't actually make any sort of offensive move, you know. They don't actually pick up anything. So, well, luckily for Algeria, they at least have their friends in Italy to help out, for now at least. Mexico's losing, as we thought, and Denmark was not able to drop anything over. I don't know how. But Denmark, maybe I don't know if they got distracted or if they just, you know, maybe they declared the war and they're just like, yeah, you know, we don't really want it anymore. We're okay. Maybe that's what they said. I don't know. Yeah, definitely South America's slowed down a little bit. I know that there's probably a few truces that are underway or something like that, but dang. All right, China, you need to start thinking here, because Malaya is going to go after Vietnam more than likely. I mean, we didn't even actually check. Let's go ahead and check on this. Oh, okay, maybe not. It's possible that we might not see that. Maybe. I mean, they have, yeah, both of these, all these nations really kind of have positive. Oh, wait, China no longer. Okay, maybe China will go after Vietnam and Laos. Malaya has a good opinion of Laos and Vietnam, but I think that kind of things have changed drastically. Okay, there we go. So Somalia versus Tanzania. Mexico's still in their war, and then we have a new one. Yeah, another African war. So Tanzania's done. Yeah, they're not gonna be going so well. Let's go and find that place, Tanzania, that country, I should say. Here we go. Okay, so who's gonna gather up? Who's gonna really benefit the most from this? Zambia and potentially Somalia, but I don't think. I mean, all their lands are coastal, so they probably have quite a large force limit, naval force limit, I should say. So they might actually be able to drop something off. I mean, they did get at least one siege, for now. And Tanzania will probably get eaten completely here. Yep, because I think now, yeah, for sure. Because I think personally, more than likely, I think Somalia's not going to stop just there. Somalia is not going to stop right there, and yep, they're going to go through the lands, bam. All right, so they're probably going to get eaten, and Somalia is just going to be all along the coast of Eastern Africa. That will be interesting borders, to say the least. Oh my goodness, Algeria is just fully annexed Morocco. Wow, almost full annexation. No, I mean, Morocco's still technically alive. So now Algeria is only at war with Libya. And Italy is still involved. Oh, Libya, you're screwed, man. Yep. Oh, man. So my pick is looking good. Especially, now, I want to see Algeria and Egypt go at it. Because those are the nations that oh my goodness. What did you take? You took so much. There is no way you're going to be able to keep that. There is no way. Holy crap, you took so much. Ukraine's back at war with, Romania. Oh, there's a huge war that just brewed in Russia. I'm sorry, in Eastern Europe. Wow. All right, Algeria, you probably made so many people mad. I cannot wait. No aggressive expansion. I don't know what's wrong with aggressive expansion in EU4, but you know what? I don't care. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.